Good evening. A former KKK leader and current UNF student is still suspended at this hour following a hearing on campus today. Now, we are still awaiting an update from UNF tonight.
So we're talking about Ken Parker. He was suspended last week for posting a threatening picture on a student website and aiming it at a campus organization. So he tried to appeal that suspension this morning amidst protest outside the Alumni Center.
And tonight we are continuing our coverage, not to promote such protests, but to show you how it all unfolded. Today, a group of alumni, students, even faculty from UNF came out here, not in support of Ken Parker, but they said in support of one another. And many of them marched across the street here. Police had to stop traffic as they made their way over. Now, last week, a group that identifies as Southern white nationalists told us they were coming out here to rally. So we told the university, and in turn, security and that group for UNF came out here and outnumbered Parker supporters about 75-4. The first to show Monday morning, UNF faculty and staff.
I want to participate because I am sympathetic to the cause. I also want to ensure that everyone is safe and that no one gets arrested.
The students not far behind, chanting as they crossed the street to Alumni Hall.
KKK, no fascist USA.
Today at UNF, the white nationalists said that they were going to come out and they were going to march.
Their main message to promote unity.
So I want you all to give yourself a hand for being out here tonight.
As for Parker supporters, a total of 4 showed up.
That's what he stands for. He stands for the Confederate, the Southern Nationalists.
His fiance leading the way.
All right, we stay to ourselves, they stay to themselves. That's how it needs to be.
But why does it need to be that way?
That's just our belief. That's all I'm going to say.
Parker, meanwhile, was escorted inside by police for his appeal.
At this time, we can't be complacent and we can't just sit back and let our liberties be impeded on.
The protests remained peaceful, but many questioned UNF President John Delaney's response to the whole situation.
Delaney, do your job, get rid of this Nazi scum.
In an email conversation exclusively obtained by First Coast News with students who expressed concern, Delaney elaborates on his feelings about the situation, saying in part, quote, "As I said in that meeting, we can act on conduct but not on speech. This is the work of one sad, sick man." After the hearing, Parker told First Coast News he did have regrets.
Are you sorry at all for, making people feel threatened?
I'm sorry for what I put the university through as far as law enforcement having to work overtime. The campus operations are, having to jump through hoops to accommodate all this hoopla, but, yeah, I guess I'm remorseful to an extent.
Do you wish you just hadn't posted it to begin with?
Yes.
Now, listening to Parker's appeal today in that hearing were 2 students and 2 staff members, and they've decided to remain anonymous. And as we said, we're continuing to wait for their decision. And Kenneth Parker tells me if they decide that he still needs to be suspended, he wants to hire an attorney and file a lawsuit claiming that they have violated his civil rights. Live at UNF, Shelby Danielson, First Coast News on your side.